Hello everyone, I am back with another unboxing of the bargain bead box. I hope everybody is doing amazing. It looks like the theme for September is Misty Rose, and the box as usual, I mean if you've seen my other videos you know the drill, but for the new people the box comes with this sheet and it tells you what is in this monthly box. It looks like this they're referring to autumn. I love fall. Fall is my favorite season. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite season is. And then it looks like we're going to be seeing hints of mauve, reds, pinks, which is super cool. The centerpiece is a rose quartz. I mean, I love it, but at the same time, I love that they give you a description, but at the same time, I think, well, are they spoiling the surprise? I don't know. And, you know, the box comes with natural gemstones, and it also comes with some jet glass. And it looks like here, see crystal, glass, and porcelain accents. The gemstones, it looks like we're going to be seeing pink rhodonite. You also get findings, all sorts of metal components, which are really, really useful. You get a ton left. So I have been collecting and they come in handy with you know, all my beads. So antique copper looks like, which is perfect, of course, with the color. And then you also get every month a coupon code for their sister site. It is the Beadbox Bargain. And that site is dangerous. I will warn you now that it is a dangerous place. So don't say I did not warn you. But I think their prices on there are like wholesale prices because literally they are fabulous. And on top of it, you get a 30% discount. So that is super amazing. I also have a coupon code with them that I will put in the description box below, and you can save yourself some money on your first box if you choose to use it. If not, that is absolutely fine. Totally your choice. Also on the back, you get the shipment identification key, and the box is about, I'm pretty sure it's 20 bucks plus shipping every month, but approximate retail value for this shipment is $74, which for 20 bucks is not too shabby. Really good deal. All right, so I'm going to set this to the side. I'm going to shut up and show you what's in here. All right, so for number one, we have a 15-inch strand of 6mm rose quartz round beads. Sorry for the slurping in the background. My dog is eating. My pug. Oh. All right, so this is rose quartz. Those are pretty. Look at that. Got different tones. Rose quartz is always a beautiful. It also is very common to use it during Valentine's Day. So Jesus, you think I gave them, I don't know, much. So that is number one. For number two, we have approximately 1 meter of 4 by 2.7mm steel jewelry chain, and it is lead-free, nickel-free, and cadmium-free. So they looks like all of these components are going to be lead-free, nickel-free, and cadmium-free so that I don't continue to repeat myself every time. My husband sometimes watches my videos and he's like, that is so repetitive. So you guys, let me know if you think the same way he does. All right. For three, we have these gorgeous, it looks at approximately 7.5-inch strand of 8.5 by 5mm glass rondelle pink beads in icy pink. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? You would think they were natural stones. And they're rondelles, but they're not faceted. That's very interesting. They look like little spaceships. For number four, we have a 7.5-inch strand of 10mm assembled shell and turquoise. What? Oh yeah. Assembled shell and turquoise. They put turquoise in quotes, which means it's pretend turquoise, I guess. Resin beads. So that is very cool. So it's shell and some turquoise resin. Interesting. But it's got, I see little flecks of gold in there. So I don't know. These are really pretty, very unique beads. For five, oh, these look fun. For five, we have 10 pieces of 11.5mm pressed glass flower cap beads in milky pink. And that is a milky pink. Almost looks like this one's lost a petal. Oh, we have one without a petal. Are they all like that? No. Oh, it's because some look almost like they're flat. I guess they're different shapes. All right. Oh, look, these are fun. They are number 6 is 10 pieces of 11.5 millimeter go-go charms. And these are not nickel free, and they are made of antique copper finished pewter alloy, and that's going to be the same for all the findings in this box. For 7 we have, oh look at these, are pretty. For 7 we have 2 pieces of 26 by 21 millimeter floral round chandelier links, and they are all three free of all 3 metals. It's got the really pretty design. For number 8, it's a 48 millimeter floral cutout round medallion pendant, also free of all the metals. Wow, that is so pretty. Almost, it looks like, what do they call these, like those mandalas? And don't forget to stick around for the second half of this video, where I'll be using these components to design on the fly, see what we can come up with. So stay tuned for that. For number 9, we have 24 pieces of 9 millimeter scallop bead caps. They're very pretty bead caps. They're like little flowers, only they keep wanting to flip over. For number 10, there are 10 pieces of 11 by 10 millimeter ornate round coin spacer beads, and they're heavy. They are really heavy. They're free of all the metals or harmful metals. 11, approximately 8-inch strand of 6 millimeter tawny pink rhodonite round beads. Very cute. They almost have like a mauvey. Then you got some sand where it just kind of gets a little bit lighter over here. For number 12, these are teeny tiny. For 12, it's a 14-inch strand of 3 millimeter round glass beads in matte metallic peacock red. What? These do not look red. Well, kinda, I guess, now that I see them in the camera. Because in person, they look more coppery. But if I look at them in the camera, they look red. Interesting. They got like, also like a purplish color to them. Ooh, you got a gorgeous pendant. Look at that. Oh my goodness. For number 13, it's an approximately 40 millimeter rose quartz go-go pendant. I guess go-go means it's got the hole up here on the side. I don't know, go-go from the, what, 60s? Look at that. That is gorgeous. That's a gorgeous stone or pendant. All right, for 14, we have a 10-piece strand of 10 millimeter frosted rose quartz round beads. Thought they were going to say they were matte, but no. For 15, look at these gorgeous glassed up beads. For 15, there are 6 pieces of 12.5 millimeter pearl pink porcelain round beads. These are a lot prettier in person than what I'm looking on camera. Ooh, look at these sparkly guys. Wow. These are like super sparkly. 16 is 13.5 inch strand. They are 3.5 by 3 millimeter crystal rondelle beads in pink jade and copper. That copper is like super sparkly. For 17, it's 5 sets of 24 by 11 millimeter hook and eye clasps. These are not nickel free. I usually make my own hooks, as I've shown you before, but these are really pretty too. For 18, this is a 7.5 strand of 8 millimeter faceted rose quartz round beads. I like the facets. It makes them, I think I prefer stones when they're round. Like natural stones, I prefer them to be faceted because it makes them almost sparkle. Last but not least, there is 100 pieces of 4 millimeter steel spacer beads in antique copper finish. These are only nickel free. All right, you guys, so we have a lot to work with here. This is the bargain bead box for September, and we've got a lot of gorgeous beads to work with. So I'm excited to see what we can come up with. So let me go grab my tools and think about what I want to do, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back with an idea of what I want to do. I didn't finish it, but I started the necklace because I wanted to, work on the rest of it with you guys so you can see how I made it. So far what I've done is that I cut chain, and this is about 12 inches. And I added some jump rings in the antique copper and added these little go-go charms. And then I added instead of making these into chandelier earrings, I'm going to use them as connectors, which you can also do with these chandelier earrings. I love chandelier earrings, but they give us so many that eventually I just don't like using them just for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I'm going to finish this. And I'm going to take the other chandelier component. And what I did was I grabbed one of these. They say, I don't know, that it's more secure when you use this. Something about, don't quote me on this, but the way they are shaped helps it to not, helps this jump ring to not open so easily, and it hangs better. So that's why I got them a while back. So that's what I'm using to hang this chain. So then I'm going to use the first ring or whatever. Ooh, these are tough. That's why I said the way that they're shaped, they don't easily open, and that way keeps your jewelry safer from breaking. I love multi-strand necklaces. That's kind of my thing. I love the way it looks. It looks like you have, how they wear all the chains nowadays. They're like very in style to wear more than one chain. So I love to make the beaded ones. So for this one, what I did was I took these smaller round quartz beads. I took those, and then on each end I put one of these little copper beads, these little ones here. So I took that, and then to kind of give it, like dimension and a different color, I took the rhodonite and I put one of those shiny, these beautiful little rondelles on each side, copper and pink. So I just left, I want to leave like about, I want to say about an inch in between, maybe an inch and a half. And then I just made simple loops on each side. So I'm just going to finish this up so you guys can see. Open the loop, add this one, and close. Let me see. So what I'm going to do is take and open this one on this side and put it in the center here. Close this one. And then for the bottom one, for the last one, I'm going to use this gorgeous disc, flower disc or whatever they called it. And I took some more, like my last video I'm using some Irish wax linen cord, and I did 3 wingspans. You guys know how I am. If you watch me, I cut 3 wingspans, and then I cut those in half, and then I folded it in half like this. So I'm going to put this through this hole here. Come on. That's the nice thing, that it's waxed. It, like I've said before, it turns into kind of like a needle. See? And then I'm going to split these half, pass all 4 of the cords through here, like so, and so now I have the knot. And before I split up these 4 cords, I'm going to take this large hole bead right here. Well, we've got these gorgeous porcelain ones, and this is going to be a gorgeous accent to the round, this round plate. Now we can make a full overhand knot like that. Oops. And corset. Remember, we do the overhand knot, and if you don't want to use like you can use tweezers to get the knot really close up, but otherwise you can just push it with your thumb and forefinger. And now we have this gorgeous bead on here. Doesn't that look beautiful? And then now we can split up our cords. We're gonna grab two, I think we can add two of these. So I'm just gonna make a knot right here. I think that'll help so that they're not, those two beads are not completely on top of each other. And make an overhand knot here. There. Perfect. And then an overhand knot over here. Put one of the rondelles on here. And do our knot. And that's what I like about this wax cord, is that the knots really stick. So the knots won't release, I guess is what I want to say. So there we go. We put the knot there and then do the other one on this side. See, I think it's a good start to the knots. That'll look nice. All right, and now we can add, so just, there we go. And this, bring it all the way down. This really, you can even lean on the bead. Make sure though that you're at the knot, because I've done it where I'm like holding on to the bead and I don't realize that it's not completely close up to the knot, and then I'm like, oh, then I gotta loosen the knot and redo it. All right, and then now we can use one of these. Hopefully it'll come out, because I know these are hollow, or they feel like they seem like they're hollow. That's what I want to say. So we need it to go straight through. There we go. And like that. I think we should have enough to make our last strand. So, see how pretty that looks? So I'm gonna go and finish both sides, and then before I hook it onto these connectors, I'll be back. All right, so I'm done with knotting all these beads. At the end, I didn't have enough to go all the way to where I needed to knot this third row. So I kind of wanted to do, I figured we'd do, instead of trying to add different beads, which make it look like I ran out of beads, I thought I would just make it look like it tapered off into smaller beads. Just kind of give it that impression. And so all I did now, oops, you should make sure this is not getting tangled up here. So all I did now was take this cord, put it through here, through the last little loop. I even added like several of these beads, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, several of these little copper beads, just like I said, so it looked like we were tapering off, not running out of beads. And just do a regular, again, overhand knot here. But here I am going to knot it twice, just so it doesn't slip out by accident. So I'm just going to pull it right here, and then do it again one more time. And then before I cut this off, I'm going to do it, and if you don't think it looks good, then I can cut them off. Let me do my second. And you'll see it on the bust, so make sure that you watch until the end, because that's when I put all my designs on the bust and kind of do a little slow-mo. And then instead of, cutting them before I cut them off, do like grab one of these flowers. Like I said, I don't know if it'll be overkill. Put one of these flowers, put this here, and then take one of these guys like here, and not go all the way up, but I think it would look, might look cute. But thread this through here and kind of, let's see, right about there, I would think. It'll look pretty. Just gonna do a little knot again. Oh, that might have been too low. Let me see. No, that looks pretty good. I can push it up a little bit, but see, you can do that one there and cut this here, and then do another one. So now these lovely flowers will hang over here. I think it looks adorable, but you guys let me know what your thoughts are. But I am going to do the same on this side. And last but not least, we're just going to grab one of these hooks like that. And I've got some leather here. I think it'll look really pretty with the cord. I've got some brown leather from Leather USA. And this one, to make it the right size, 10 inches. There we go. So now what I'm going to do is take 20 gauge wire of the antique copper. I need to get more of this. I'm going to run out. And I think I keep saying that in every video. And now what I'm going to do is bring this through here. So what I am going to do is cut a piece, because this one might be a little, copper wire is soft, but even when it's German style wire, it can be a little bit tough. So then you start up here like this, and we're just going to make a little spiral. Make sure you leave yourself some room to hold on to the wire, because like I said, especially if you use German style wire, this stuff, oh my goodness, can be tough. There we go. And we push it up a little bit. Alright. Like that, and then do another one. And you can either use, where's my pliers? You can use your pliers if you want to hold on to it, but I recommend, if you're going to do that, to use your nylon gel pliers. That way you won't damage the leather or the wire. And then you got a good, nice grip on it. And I think 3 or 4, come on, turns. Already losing grip on it. I think 4, right? I think that should be good. I can't lift this too high because I will go out of focus, but this is frustrating. All right, there we go. So now what we can do is take our regular pliers and we can squish this down so it looks like a little coil on here. A nice finish there, and cut it here. And then what you want to do is you want to take your plier and squeeze this into the leather so it grips it Now it'll stay. And cut this side. My chain nose pliers. I don't know where I left them right now. Alright, that is good. Alright, you guys, so here is the finished necklace. What do you guys think? I love it. Like I said, I really love multi-strand necklaces. I love the way it turned out. The colors are so pretty and so perfect for fall. I think I'm loving these little hanging flowers here, but once